Hello, and a warm welcome to our show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. And our guests today are the great champions of our sport who came to Monaco for the World Athletics Athlete of the Year Awards on 11 November. So, together with the European Cross Country Championships, that will be the focus of today's show. Let's start right away with the cross before we look at awards. So, the 2023 edition of the European Cross Country Championships was held on 10 December in Brussels in fine weather, but on a muddy course, providing real cross conditions and some dramatic photos. In the senior men's race, Jan Schroeb, who had placed seventh last year and was a co-winner of the 22-23 Cross Tour standings, made history, incredibly becoming the first Frenchman to ever win the senior men's European cross title. Schroeb had pulled away from his rivals at the start of the last 2 of 6 laps to close 3 seconds ahead of Norway's Magnus Tove Mire and 5 seconds ahead of Belgium's Robin Hendricks, who led the host country to team gold. The senior women ran the same distance as the men, 9 kilometers, for the first time, and Norway's Caroline Berkieli Grøvdal also made history, taking her third consecutive title, only the third athlete to achieve the feat, along with Turkey's Yasemin Can, who has 4 wins in a row from 2016 to 2019, and Ukraine's King of Cross, Sergei Lebed, who took the European title an amazing 9 times with consecutive wins in 2002 to 2004. Grøvdal put on a dominant display, pulling away in the last 2 of 6 laps and ending her effort a huge 45 seconds ahead of Italy's Nadia Battocletti and over 1 minute ahead of Great Britain's Abby Donnell, who took consolation by leading the British women to team gold. Battocletti, the double under 20 and double under 23 champion, said she doesn't enjoy running in the mud, but she lay down flat in it after the finish, and even then used it as face paint, as she was all smiles after the race, still pleased with her senior title. If Grøvdal had been dominant, Great Britain's Megan Keith, last year's under-20 champion, destroyed the competition in the women's under-23 race, taking the lead from the early stages and distancing the Finnish duo of Ilona Mononen and Natalie Blomqvist by 1 minute 23 and 1 minute 34 respectively, a record margin of victory across all age categories. Finland did not have a third runner, so the team title again went to Great Britain. The men's under-23 race also saw a British win, but the competition was only decided in the very last meters as Will Barnicoat, like Keith, the under-20 champion last year, managed to outsprint his French rival Valentin Bresque, who was assigned the same time as the Brit, and another Brit, Matthew Stonier, was only 9 seconds behind to clinch yet another team title for Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The under-20 races, on the other hand, saw some surprises. In the men's race, many had tipped Dutch under-20 track star Niels Laros, making his debut at the EuroCross, as the favorite. But Denmark's Axel Wang Christensen, the 2021 champion who had to miss last year's race, had other plans. Laros pulled away with 800 meters to go and seemed to have clinched the title, but he could not make a decisive break, and Christensen attacked again, passing Laros and regaining his title by just 1 second, while Nicholas Griggs finished in bronze medal position, 15 seconds behind, leading Ireland to team gold. The women's under-20 title went to Great Britain's 17-year-old Ines Fitzgerald, who led the race from the start, finishing 19 seconds ahead of Norway's Sofia Turgersen and 30 seconds ahead of France's Jade Lecor. And team gold again went to Great Britain. Earlier in the day, there was drama in the mixed relay. Heading into the last leg, France was in third position and down 48 seconds on Great Britain, who, however, had chosen to place their second female runner in the last leg. And Alexis Miellet caught not only Britain, but also Norway to take the first gold of the day for France, finishing 2 seconds ahead of the Norwegian team and 4 seconds ahead of Great Britain. Reigning champions Italy were a disappointing fourth, but they pointed out that they are all track athletes and not used to competing in the mud. So let's check now the medal table of the EuroCross 2023, which was clearly dominated by Great Britain. As we saw, 7 golds and a total of 11 medals. France had 2 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze. Then Norway, Denmark, and Belgium and Ireland all had 1 gold each, while the other countries won minor medals. And in total, 12 countries won at least 1 medal. Now, a special mention here goes to athlete refugee team member Jamal Abdelmajieza Mohammed, who placed an excellent 9th in the senior men's race, ahead of international medalists like Belgium's Isaac Kimeli, Italy's Yeman Kripa, and Norway's Henrik Ingebrigtsen. Jamal had first started on the athlete refugee team in 2019 at the World Cross in Aarhus, and has become one of the top athletes on the team. Jamal sent us this video with his impressions after the race.
Hi, my name is Jamal Abdelmajid Isa, as known Isa Muhammad. Originally, I'm from Darfur in Sudan. Currently, I live in Israel. And I'm part of the refugee Olympic team. I hope I can make the team this summer. But just want to say that I finished top 9 last week at the European cross country, and I'm just getting excited and getting motivated every day I wake up. And I wasn't believe that I finished top 9. It was like when I crossed the finish line, I just heard from Rodin, our team leader, said, "Jamal, you finished top 9." I was like screaming and jumping up and getting excited. But yeah, I can't wait for the outdoor seasons. So yeah, I'm so excited and can't wait for summer. Just stay healthy, and yeah, remember one thing: consistency is the key. And don't forget about consistency, boys. You have to put yourself to the limit and bring it down.
Thank you, Jamal. Great result indeed. And finally, a special tribute to 39-year-old Fionnuala McCormack, the 2011 and 2012 champion, who finished 4th in her 18th appearance at the championships. And the result is all the more impressive as the Irish woman had run the Valencia Marathon just 1 week before, qualifying there for her 5th Olympic Games, and had given birth to her 3rd child this summer. impressive, McCormack. So now let's go quickly to look at an overview of our sport, checking top marks achieved in the last 10 days. There is very little stadium activity now, so top marks for senior athletes all came from road races, but we have exceptionally lowered the bar, including performances worth over 1,200 points. Best results among the men came from the Japanese 10,000 meters championships on track, with a national record for Kazuya Shiojiri and good marks also for Tomoki Oka and Akira Aizawa. So top three had good marks there in Tokyo. Among the women, the best results were on the road. Over 5 kilometers, Lilian Kazait Rengerok of Kenya ran 14:33 in Al Khobar in Saudi Arabia for the best result of the last 10 days, while over the marathon, Kenya's Ruth Chebet ran 2:23:08 in Mersin in Turkey. Now, there was also an excellent performance among the under 20, under 18 athletes by 16-year-old Australian racewalker Isaac Bowcroft. We had already mentioned him in the last show after he had set an excellent time on the 10,000 meters race walk. And on 8 December at the Australia All School Championships in Perth, Bowcroft set an even better mark over the 5,000 meters race walk. So his 19:31:21 moves him to number 6 in the under 20 all-time list and number 2 on the under 18 all-time list. So very impressive. Looks like future is bright for Isaac Bowcroft. Now, indoor athletics has also started, especially in the US, and there was an excellent indoor mark by 18-year-old Jamisha Ford in Clemson. The distance, 300 meters, is not a classic one, but athletes, especially in the US, often contest it at the beginning of their indoor season. And Ford's mark of 35.83 is the number 7 equal mark of all time and the best under 20 of all time. So we've now finished our overview, and it's high time to focus on the World Athletics Athletes of the Year Awards. So as we saw, the Athlete of the Year finalists were among the men, Indian javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra, US shot putter Ryan Krauser, Swedish pole vaulter Mondo Duplantis, Kenyan marathoner Kelvin Kiptum, and US sprinter Noah Niles. The women's finalists were Ethiopian marathoner Tigist Assefa, 400 hurdles specialist from the Netherlands Femke Bol, Jamaican sprinter Sherika Jackson, Kenya's 1,500 and 5,000 meters world champion Faith Kipyegon, and Venezuela's Yulimar Rojas, the triple jump star. Among the rising stars, men's finalists were Jamaica's 400-meter hurdler Roshan Clark, US sprinter Arion Knighton, and Kenya's 800-meter runner Emmanuel Wanyonyi, while finalists among the women were Kenyan steeplechaser Faith Cherotich, Ethiopian long-distance runner Medina Asa, and Serbian high jumper Angelina Topic. So on Monday, 11 December, the winners were announced, and there were some surprises. Let's start with the rising stars. Kenya earned double honors in this category. Middle distance runner Emmanuel Wanyonyi took the award for the men. Now, he'd had a great year. with a silver medal at the World Championships. He was also Diamond League champion and the winner in 3 other Diamond League meets. And he had started the year as mixed relay champion at the World Cross Country Championship. So fabulous year for Emanuele Wagnoni. Among the women, the winner was steeplechaser Faith Cerotic. Now, she was a 3,000 meters steeplechase bronze medalist in Budapest. She climbed to number 2 on the under 20 all-time lists, and she was 4th in the under 20 race at the World Cross. So let's check out some photos of the Rising Star winners. A smiling Emanuele Wagnoni was very pleased indeed with his award. Compatriot Faith Cerotic overcame some of her shyness to smile at the camera, and even more when she posed with her inspiration, Big Faith Kipyegon, as the 2 ladies showed off their beautiful dresses by African designers. And then came the Athlete of the Year awards. Now, in the previous 35 years, since the award was created in 1988, there had always been 1 male and 1 female winner. But a surprise change this year saw 3 trophies being assigned for each gender, as the prize was split into Athlete of the Year track events, Athlete of the Year field events, and Athlete of the Year out of stadia events. Faith Kipyegon, who had been widely tipped to win the Athlete of the Year award, the first time for a Kenyan female athlete, thus found herself winning the Athlete of the Year award for track events. She shared the honor with Venezuela's Yulimar Rojas, the quadruple triple jump world champion, who took the prize for field events, while Ethiopia's Tigist Assefa, who demolished the marathon world record in October, took the prize for out-of-stadia events. Faith Kipyegon had received her award from Prince Albert of Monaco earlier in the evening at the palace, together with a framed photo of the homage paid to her by the other competitors in the mile race at the Hercules Diamond League meeting when she had set her 3rd world record of 2023. The Kenyan 1,500 and 5,000 meter world champion was the only one of the female winners to be present in Monaco, and she then posed with her award. So what did the athletes think of the new formula? Let's start with the visibly upset Noah Lyles. So Noah, what does it feel like, Athlete of the Year track?
Not what I expected it to feel like. Just put it like that. Yeah. Not what I expected. I'll just leave it there. Anybody else?
Why?
Sorry?
Why? Do you know?
It's definitely that word track that threw me and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people off. Nobody being prepared for what really happened tonight. I think everybody was caught off guard, especially when we heard all of our names being called one after the other. It's a little confusing in the moment of what was actually happening. So, yeah.
Are you disappointed of that?
I don't think I've digested what's really happening. Like that. Give me a few weeks, and then I'll be able to actually break down what I think of what happened today. Because on one hand, I agree with the idea. I just wish we knew that this is what was going to happen, instead of having it happen after the 5 finalists were already chosen, that groups were going to be made. Then I'm confused why we had the 10 athletes in the beginning, and we're all in different categories, but we were all led to believe that we were all fighting for the same trophies. So again, very, very shocking. Very big plot twist. Big plot twist, for sure.
You said you need some weeks of time. Are you going to open your feelings on your YouTube channel? Probably.
Probably, for sure. We've been doing a lot more podcasts recently, and I actually have already signed off on getting Kenny Benerick to show up. So hopefully, we'll be able to have longer talks about what really, I guess, we've seen throughout this year, and to be honest, with the future of the next few years. We rarely ever get to show up and not be in a track situation. It's always, hey, what you doing this week? Oh, I got to do this and this. All right, I'll see you around. Maybe you'll see somebody on the other side of the track and be like, oh, good for them. But you never really get to stop and actually talk about what's going on for the year. So, to be honest, if this was a longer and bigger event, I feel that athletes would probably enjoy that a little more. Because, it's rare that me and Mondo actually get to, sit down. Probably the longest we get to talk to each other is during a press conference. And that's not very long, and it's not an actual conversation. So, yeah, it's always good to actually have a conversation. And then again, you kind of get to meet people that you never really got to think about meeting. I remember when Kelvin Kiptum broke the world record in the marathon, and I was like, oh, I wonder what type of guy he is. I never get to see him because he just runs road races. So, he's not on the track circuit as much.
Noah was especially disturbed that the athletes had not been informed beforehand of the change, supposedly introduced following feedback received during the voting process, as people had said it was too difficult to choose just one athlete. Mondo Duplantis had already won the award twice, and this year he joined Hisham El Guerrouj and Yelena Isinbayeva, who boast 3 wins each, while Usain Bolt won it a record 6 times. Duplantis was more diplomatic in his reaction. You look tired, Mondo.
Yeah. That's because of travel. But no, but still excited. Still excited. Still have the buzz. But yeah, I will sleep well. Yeah.
Are you getting used to winning these prizes?
No, I guess it never really gets old. Really, it's always still has that special feeling to it. Because as an athlete, you try not to take anything for granted because sports are very tough, and you don't know when it's going to get tougher, and you never know what can happen in sports. So I try to enjoy the moments like this. Really be appreciative for what I've done this year, and so yeah. I already knew that I had a fantastic season, but when you get an award like this and get honored with this, then I think that's kind of the nice little cherry on top to cap it off, really to close the book of 2023.
Are you gonna sleep next to the trophy tonight?
Probably not. Probably not. I enjoy the trophy. I'm not that worried about it though. But it is nice to add to the collection. But no, not that crazy.
What does it feel? You've won the Athlete of the Year when you were the only athlete, and now there's 3 different prizes for the 3 different categories. How does that feel?
Yeah, well, comparing what I do compared to what Calvin does and what Noah does, it really is apples to oranges, and so it's super tough to compare what we do because we do pretty much completely different sports. We just happen to be under the same umbrella, a little bit of track and field. So I think it's quite reasonable to hand out different awards depending on the category of what event that you do. So I think it's great, and I think that Noah and Kelvin are as deserving as anyone, and as deserving as me for sure to walk away with some hardware. So I think it's cool.
And of course, for Kelvin Kiptum, who only shot to prominence in the last 13 months, the Athlete of the Year award for out-of-stadia events was a wonderful recognition. So, Kelvin, they actually, this year, normally it's 10 athletes that are first nominated. Here, because of what you and Tigis Tasefa did on the marathon, they actually had to nominate 11 instead of 10. And then you are now been crowned Athlete of the Year for out-of-stadia events. How special does this feel for you?
It's a special day for me to win my first award for the Athlete of the Year. I feel honored.
Is it heavy trophy?
Yeah?
Is it heavy trophy?
Yeah, it's a heavy trophy. Yeah, and I love the trophy.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Will this give you extra motivation now? On top of your world record, on top of your aims for Paris next year, does this add something special, this prize?
Yeah, of course. It makes me to do more, to keep pushing again towards my goal. So I think give me a motivation for the next event, for the next race coming 2024.
Are you gonna train tomorrow on the streets of Monaco? Or are you gonna chill?
Tomorrow maybe I'll train in the treadmill. Yeah.
How many shoes do you use per year? Because you run so many kilometers for 1 week. So how many shoes do you have?
I think more than 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. More than 10 shoes.
I have only one, but I don't run much.
I'll come take you to training.
Kelvin, how was it to spend the evening with your fellow award winners? Was it nice to see athletes from different events?
Yeah, sure. I feel good. My fellow athletes in one stage being awarded. Yeah, it was so nice. I enjoyed it.
And you get to maybe meet athletes that you haven't met before. I wonder if you've ever spoken with.
Yeah, for sure. Like Noah, Lance, and Mondo. We have never met. This was our right time. Yeah, we spent time with them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Faith, this is one amazing dress you have tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was designed by Wambui. She's called Wambui Tapita Wambui. So she's from is it Afro in Kenya? So yeah, African design.
Brilliant. So, special dress for a special event tonight. How does it feel? I mean, if it were the old format, you would be the first Kenyan lady to be Athlete of the Year. Now you are Athlete of the Year, but for track.
Yeah, I'm really, really grateful. I really thank everyone who really supported me through this journey and who supported me and fought for me for Athlete of the Year. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I don't know how to express it, but I'm so grateful.
I just saw when you took selfies there. So are you the best selfie taker of your group?
Not really. I was trying, and yeah, I wanted to take a selfie with Faith and the small Faith. I call her the small Faith because I'm the big Faith. And yeah, it's her first time, and she's a great athlete, and hopefully, I hope she is going to graduate from where she is to our level, and hope she will motivate the young girls.
So, and a very special night for Kenya because Emmanuel Wanyonyi was also a male rising star. So, very, very good performance throughout the year and tonight.
It's really unique, you know, for both of them to have won the world rising star. It's really special for the next other generation to realize their potential as well when they are still young, like Faith and Wanyoni. So it's really special to see both of them on the podium and being awarded that award.
Let's look now at some of the photos of the male athletes of the year. So Kelvin Kiptum, Mondo Duplantis, Noah Lyles, and he definitely gets the prize for the best outfit of the night. And finally, all three male athletes of the year together. Now, there were several other awards assigned in the days before the Athlete of the Year, and we will mention a few. Ethiopia's Letsenbet Gidey was the recipient of the Fair Play Award for going back after taking silver over 10,000 meters in Budapest to console Sifan Hassan, who fell in the last meters of the race as she was in the lead. A gesture highlighted by one of our guests in the last weeks, Indian journalist Raja Raman. The recipient of the Coach of the Year was Switzerland Laurent Meuly, now the head coach for the Netherlands, whom we see here with his top athlete, Femke Bol. And the Photo of the Year award went to Italy's Mattia Osbot for his stunning photo of German decathlete Leo Neugebauer competing in the pole vault in Budapest. We are also posting separately videos of the full pre-awards press points with Faith Kipyegon, Mondo Duplantis, Noah Lyles, and Kelvin Kiptum, as well as rising stars Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Faith Cherotic. So you will have plenty of interviews to check out in the coming days. And here there was a special moment in Noah Lyles' interview when his mother Keisha joined him in front of the media. So that's it for today on the awards, but do check out the full interviews, which we are publishing separately. So let's look now at upcoming events as we reach the end of our show. We've included all top events until the end of January. So this Sunday, World Cross Country Tour continues in Venta de Baños in Spain. The following Saturday, a World Cross Silver event in Zaragoza, Spain. Then on 31st of December, traditional St. Sylvester road races, most famous one in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but also Bolzano, Madrid, Barcelona, and Trier in Germany. On the 6th of January, the World Cross Country Tour Gold resumes with the Campaccio in San Giorgio sul Legnano, Italy. The following day, another leg of the tour in El Goibar, the Juan Muguerza International Cross. On the 21st, the cross tour continues with a cross cup in Hanut, Belgium. And on the same day, 21st January, the Asian Marathon Championships take part, postponed from November. 27-28 January, South American Indoor Championships in Cochabamba, Bolivia. On the 27th, first African leg of the World Cross Country Tour in Gaborone, Botswana. Also on 27, the World Indoor Tour starts in Astana, Kazakhstan. And the second leg of the World Indoor Tour is on 30 January in Ostrava. So lots still to look at in the coming weeks. So we're now at the end of our program. It was great having the athletes attending the World Athletics Awards with us on the show. We will now take a break during the year-end holidays, but before the end of the month, we will publish our favorite moments show, where athletes, journalists, and administrators tell us about their special moment of 2023. So hope you all have a serene ending to the year. And please spare a thought these days as you gather with family and friends for those who are living through wars, incredible suffering, natural disasters, and totally avoidable man-made humanitarian crisis. Thank you all for watching, and see you in January for the next regular Love Athletics show to look together at the highlights, comments, and analysis of what will have been happening in our sport over the past weeks. Thank you. Very best wishes. Bye-bye.